Well, Fat Joe did an interview recently. I think it was on Rap City with Big Tigger, where he said he called DaBaby the new Tupac. I thought long and hard about this.
I'm thinking long and hard about
okay, man, I really had to. I spent literally hours because okay, look, I solved the Tupac murder case. All right.
Yeah, I saw Tupac firsthand. You know, and a lot of people didn't really realize Tupac wasn't a gangster. He just was put into situations where he had to react. And I think if he could go back and do it again, he probably wouldn't do that. You know, this guy was a poet. He was an artist. He wasn't no gangster. He wasn't no death row. He wasn't none of these things. You know what I mean? And I'm working on a documentary now with certain people that I can't disclose just yet because I wanted to tell you, I wanted to break some news on here today, but the lawyers didn't get back to me yet. But we're going to visit all of those things because there's this misconception that Tupac was a rowdy, bad guy. He really wasn't. He was a Gemini. And most Gemini men are emotional. You know, they have two sides of them. I have a few Gemini friends, so I see it all the time. And sometimes they act and do things that I'm like, yo, you know you ain't built that way. Sit down, simmer down now. Don't make me have to come out of my house and rescue you because that's not you. And that was one of the things that people misunderstood about Tupac. You know, I hung out with him. He was an artist. He wasn't no gangster. You know what I mean? That picture of him, thug life, smoking, you know, there was two sides of him where he wanted to be that thug life, but inside of his heart, he wasn't really that. You know what I mean? And I think when people say, yo, he's Tupac, he's the next Tupac, I think people use that loosely because there'll never be an artist like that. There'll never be an artist like Biggie. There'll never be an artist like Craig Mack or Nipsey Hussle. These are one of one. DaBaby is DaBaby, okay? You know, I love Fat Joe and all, but DaBaby is DaBaby. Whatever, he might have some remnants of a Tupac, but you can't really say he's the new Tupac. I hate when people say, yo, he's the new Tyson, or he's the new this. No, don't say that. You know, I don't need a new one, nor does Tupac need a new one. Be yourself. Yeah. Be yourself. Be your motherfucking self. Don't try to be like nobody else. And it's the same thing I used to always say when people say, oh, LeBron James is the new Michael Jordan. No, there will never be a new Michael Jordan. There's only one Michael Jordan. There's only one LeBron James. These men are their own individuals, born and did things in different time frames. You know what I mean? You know, people say, you're like Nat Turner. How the hell can I be like Nat Turner? Because I speak up, you know, I don't say it. I said Nat Turner was 1800s. Come on now. How can I be that? It's just you remind people of certain things that they want to throw that stigmatism on you or that, you know, that kind of wordage on you. But he ain't. Trust me, I met Pac. He ain't Pac, you know? You know, yeah, it's just like there's one Stretch about it. There's one Run DMC, there's one Wu-Tang Clan, and there'll never be another Old Dirty Bastard. But his son is very close. His son is very close. Right. That's a reincarnation there. So if you're going to say it's a reincarnation, then that's a different story. But that's the only thing I've ever seen that come close to the original, you know, somebody's son.